What's going on, guys? Patrick here. Hope you guys are all having a fantastic day. Today we're going to be looking at a Bitcoin indicator which could be giving us the signal on if we are breaking to the upside or the downside. We also got some major news coming out in the cryptocurrency space, so make sure you guys stay all the way until the end of the video because we are going to be covering every single one of those topics. But most importantly, let's start off looking at some trades that we were in. Myself and our group entered a short at this position. We entered it right at this candle here around 5:30 p.m. Central Time. That's the time that I'm in right now. We entered a short, like I mentioned, like you guys can see in this circle over here. And the next thing you guys can see, again, very straightforward. Our third target was set at $11,300. So we hit 3 out of 4 targets before the trade closed out in profit after moving our stop loss. So everything was very successful here. But why did we enter this trade? Now, on the 1 hour time frame, it looks like we were breaking above the EMA ribbon at this point. Now, naturally, we entered just before, and it did, again, the next few hours started to look like we were breaking above the EMA ribbon. So what exactly happened and why was this trade still valid? Well, if you go to the 4 hour time frame, and this is why it's important always to use multiple time frames, and we zoom in here, you'll see that there was a wick that looked like it wanted to break above. No confirmation of a break above on the 4 hour time frame of the EMA ribbon. So what happened was it simply rejected and it started to come right back down and hit our target. So keep an eye out on these trades. So if you feel like you're missing out on these trades, you want to take advantage of all the opportunities that this market has to offer, make sure you check out the first link down below in the description for the cryptocurrency trade alert group. I post every single one of the trades that myself and my team enters in this group, so that if you're a complete beginner, if you don't have time to do technical analysis or you don't know how to do technical analysis, you can copy our exact trades. It takes 2 to 3 minutes to set up, and after that, profits are taken automatically for you. So it becomes very passive. You'll see every one of our altcoin trades, every one of our leverage trades. You'll join the #1 community in the cryptocurrency space. But most importantly, for 2 weeks, so for 14 days, you can test out everything. You can see from the day you join to the next 14 days, you can see every single one of our trades completely risk-free during the free trial. And if for some reason you don't like it, no questions asked, you can simply cancel and you will avoid getting charged. So it's as simple as that. A ton of you guys have joined and we're taking part of that short that I just mentioned. And for those of you who are not in there yet, I look forward to seeing you in the future. But let's dive in straight away to some Bitcoin analysis. Now, starting on the daily time frame, we can see that we are currently in the middle of this pattern that we had drawn before. And as we zoom in, we'll get a better idea. But currently, it just looks like we bounced off of the support over here, and we look like we're facing a little bit of resistance, which we had previously found during this middle section, before obviously having that highest resistance at the $12,100 mark. So during the daily time frame, as of right now, we are still waiting for confirmation on that break to the, or if we're moving to the upside or to the downside to retest. Then, like I said, which side are we actually going to break out from? And that's where this indicator that we'll show you guys later on in the video is going to come in key. But for everybody who's been trading Bitcoin, who's been trading Ethereum or anything on the exchange, BitMEX, you guys know, one of my favorite exchanges that I use all the time to leverage trade, they're actually going to be requiring KYC from everybody that's on the platform. So from my understanding, everybody on the platform is going to be required to put in a KYC. Now, not everybody wants to do that. Personally, I'm on that boat as well. Not everybody wants to give out all their information to these exchanges, so it might be time to look for a different exchange. So if that's you, if you fall into that category, there's going to be a link down below in the description as well to Bybit, which is the biggest competitor, in my opinion, one that offers pretty much the same service, but again, is just as big to be reliable, to have that liquidity in there as well. And a lot of people are using it. It's very beginner friendly. So it's going to be a link down below. There's going to be $90 for free that you can claim on there as well. And if you do, let's say you use that as you use that $90 on a 10x leverage trade, it's a $900 trade that you got as a bonus for signing up and making a deposit. So again, check that out. First link down below in the description for everybody who is interested in trading. And now let's look again what the Bitcoin price is showing us. So 4 hour chart is looking a lot better, at least more, giving us more indication of what's going to happen than the daily time frame. We currently broke above the EMA ribbon again. Now notice with this break below, we didn't actually have a flip, right? We broke below at this point, but we didn't have that bearish flip of the EMA ribbon that we had been waiting for. And if I zoom out, you guys will get an idea of what I'm talking about. A flip like this, right? This was a bullish flip where we had the red line go to the bottom and the yellow line go to the top. To keep it in simple terms, that was a bullish flip. We had that. We didn't have that bearish flip come in, which would be the opposite, obviously, when we broke below over here. We still managed to find resistance at this point, again coming in with the resistance we had drawn previously, but we broke above again. So as of right now, we are currently trying to find that support during this range, but there is still part of me that believes we could be retesting this bigger support down here. This line is going to be the most important. This support is going to be the most important for us to stay above to remain bullish. And again, if we break below, things could be headed down into that CME futures gap, which I've shown multiple times before at $9,600. That could be the next stop if we do break below this key support that we have over here. But as of right now, we're sort of trading in the middle. It's going to be interesting to see if we go up or down. I myself am in a trade, and if you're in the trailer group, you see that trade, you're probably in that trade as well. I don't want to give that away because that would be unfair to the members of the group. 1 hour time frame is painting a different picture. We had the bearish flip come in, which we didn't see on the 4 hour time frame during this break to the downside. We then found support again multiple times with that fake breakout coming in over here, which we talked about during the trade, and then we had a break above again. Now, even if you were just trading the EMA ribbon here, there was a lot of opportunities where we bounced off of the resistance and you could have made trades, and you could have again made some money using those trades. And then we had the bullish flip come in here, which I showed you guys before. The red line went below, the yellow line went above. In simple terms, we broke above and we refound support over here, and now we are down here testing the strongest support point that we have. Keep in mind, it's Friday and the weekend is coming. I would not be surprised, like I've said many times before, with an increase in volatility. A decrease in volume comes usually during the weekend. An increase in volatility means it's easier to manipulate the market. And a lot of the times when we see these sort of stop loss hunts would be during the weekend. So like I mentioned before, I'm in a position, our group's in a position. I expect that position to still hold out and to hit targets. Comes to the big picture, the macro, what we're expecting Bitcoin to do in the medium to long term. That's where I tie in with this indicator over here. This little indicator called Ethereum. Now, sometimes Bitcoin leads Ethereum, and then we can trade, Bitcoin first, Ethereum second. Sometimes Ethereum likes to lead Bitcoin. So if we look at what happened to the Ethereum chart, a very similar pattern to what we saw if we go into the 1 hour time frame for the Bitcoin chart, right? And even had the same sort of fake breakdown, which we saw happen to the Bitcoin price before eventually Ethereum exploded to the upside. And that's what a lot of people are tying in with the potential for us to see happen with Bitcoin again. Keep in mind, we did have a stop loss hunt coming in right here for any longs that were in the Bitcoin price. If you're in a short-term long, then you might have gotten your stop loss hit when Ethereum went from around $396 all the way down to $377. Again, trying to get stop losses before eventually reversing and going on that long. So during these times, it's important to understand the market, understand the sentiment, understand when you should be in a long, when you should be in a short, when you should re-enter longs, re-enter shorts, where to place your stop losses and all that stuff. It's going to be absolutely crucial. Now for Ethereum, having its breakout happen already, it broke out. It is well above. It's currently at $427.40. It was at $433. The next stop for Ethereum, if you were to just look at the chart, now this is just the next resistance up. I think the next major resistance for Ethereum is going to be at around $510. Now we've been talking about Ethereum for some time. We mentioned resistances at this point. We mentioned where profits would be taken, where a good breakout point would be, and so far it's been holding true to that. Very easy supports and resistances for Ethereum. We're currently at a huge resistance at $432, $427 range. There's sort of a range for these resistances, and then the one above, which is the next one that we are looking at, $514-ish, around $510 to $515 range would be the next stop for a breakout above this resistance. So keep that in mind. If we see that confirmed breakout, if we see the volume come in, this could be an excellent opportunity to jump into Ethereum and capitalize on what would be, let's just make a price range check, what would be an 18% profit. And like I mentioned before, if you're using an exchange like Bybit or BitMEX, if you're at a 10x, that's a 180% move. $180, right? If you put in $100, you're coming out with $180 in profit. So $280 come out if you put in 100. I think that math's correct, but you guys get what I'm trying to say. A very big opportunity, and as always, just tons of opportunities in this market all the time. Now, if we look at the coin market cap, Bitcoin up just under 2%, Ethereum exploding recently like we just talked about, XRP also up just under 6%. A ton of green in the market with Bitcoin leading the way, but I wanted to highlight most specifically some altcoins like YAM, which I've heard a lot of people talk about. I didn't really talk about this one, didn't see much reason to, but it was up just around the 12th of August, right? Or even before that. Let's go to the peak we have here. The 12th of August, it was at $164.78. Now it's at 60 cents. It's dropped over 99% in valuation, in price, and a ton of beginners jumped in on this when it was exploding, when it was seeing, these huge price growths, and they're now panicking when they dropped 99%. If you ask me if I expect this to recover, probably not. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not telling you guys what to do, but I don't really expect this chart to recover when I don't believe there's much of a reason for YAM to have pumped so much. So the point here is make sure you are investing in projects that actually make sense, not just based off of the price exploding and you want to FOMO in, you feel like you're missing out, you want to, it's 100% up, you jump in hoping it goes to 200% up so that you can make money there too. It's better off to identify the right patterns, the right charts, the right projects, a combo of all of those where you can jump in confidently, make some money on that trade, comfortably, low risk, being able to manage your risk, make money on that trade, and just do that over and over and over again. Beginners are going to fall for this. It happens to everybody, but it's time also to take that information that you got, that sort of life lesson you got, and learn from the mistake, and then hopefully in the future not make that mistake again and just enter in the right positions. But guys, that's gonna be it for this video. Hopefully you guys did enjoy. A ton of news we had to cover. Big thing again, BitMEX requiring KYC. A lot of people aren't going to like that and are going to be shifting over, so make sure you're doing that as well if that's something that you guys want to do. Again, link down below to Bybit if you guys are interested in the exchange that I will be shifting over to now that BitMEX is going to require KYC. But guys, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys on Monday for another video.